Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe Classics, Despara. Despara comes straight out of the recent DC comic books. This is essentially a retelling of the Secret of the Sword storyline, where Force Captain Adora was much more ruthless. She's dressing like Hordak to kind of scare her foes, and she's going by the name of Despara. So this is our very first action figure of a brand new incarnation of a classic character from DC Comics. Let's check her out. As you can see, she comes on the standard Masters of the Universe Classics blister card, fully showcasing our action figure within. And if you rotate that around to the back side of the box, we are just treated to a look at several other figures that have been released in the Classics line. There's no bio on here, and since this is kind of a brand new character, or a brand new iteration of a classic character, I think a bio really would have helped on this one. So let's go ahead and pull Despara outside of the packaging and take a closer look at her. Now, you might notice that I've already got the cool little Masthead on there. I wanted to start with that to show that off. She has interchangeable heads. That's the way that they did the mask. So you've got the Adora head, and then you've got the masked head. It just pops on the pegs, just like we've seen with the other figures, and I'll show you that a bit and a little bit here. But let's look at the mask here. Look how cool this design is. Of course, it's meant to look like Hordak, and it's got a really great paint deco. I love the way that this little black kind of crown piece around the edges has got all this great red that's worked in there, and just a really great kind of shading that's over this. I think she looks awesome with the mask on. In fact, this is my preferred way to display her. She's really cool, just a really ruthless looking person that you would not want to mess with. She's got a very unique outfit. Again, something that we didn't really see in classic Masters of the Universe. You can tell it's a little bit more of a modern look, but she's wearing kind of like this armored bodysuit type thing that she's got on. You can see she's got this shoulder armor here, which is the cape is attached to, and this would just pull off the figure. If we pop the head off, you can remove this, just like we've seen with some of the other capes in the past. Really great paint deco here. I love kind of the decorations on the arms. You got the great arm bracers here, and just a really great sculpt all the way down. Now, it's mostly just gray and black, the whole outfit, with a little bit of red seen on there. So she's got those horde colors going on, and the whole thing is nice and clean for the most part. I've got a few nicks on the figure right here on the leg, but it's kind of minor. Otherwise, she looks pretty great through and through. It's just a really fun look, and this is one of the things in the DC Comics that I really liked and thought would make a cool action figure, and I definitely think she turned out great. Looking at her on the back side, she's got a really unique shaped cape. You can see got these like cuts on the side, very nice. It's made of a soft, pliable plastic. You can see it just kind of bends around, and you'll also notice that she has two sheaths on the back, which house her swords. I love that. That is so cool that we've got somewhere to place those swords. So before we get more into those accessories, let's go ahead and talk about Despara's articulation here. It's ball joint on the head, so you can rotate that all the way around, move left, right, up, and down. You got the same ball joints at the shoulder, so the arms can go up, forwards, backwards, not hindered by the shoulder armor there. Swivels at the bicep, single joint at the elbow, swivel at the wrist. You can bend her at the waist there. This is like some of the other females we've seen in the past, though. She looks a little weird. It cuts the articulation, or it cuts the sculpt because of the articulation. So it looks a little odd when you turn her sideways. She does have the nice hinge joints at the thighs, so legs can go outwards, move forwards, and backwards. You got no swivels, though. It looks like they are pretty locked in place. This might be due to the articulation. I can kind of move it out, but it doesn't swivel side to side like we see on a lot of the other figures. We do have swivels at the boot cut, which is always really nice, and then we've got a single joint at the knee, and then you've got the joints at the ankles that allow it to move all the way forwards, and then we've got those little rockers there as well. The articulation's pretty tight. The knees are a little loose on her, but not like too loose. She's not collapsing or buckling under her own weight, so that is really nice. I guess I need to talk about that other head too. I told you I was going to show you that, so we can easily just pop off the head just like this. It's a little tight, There you go. You just pop it off the ball joint. We can place the new head on in its place. And now you can display this new version of Adora without the mask. So she's got short hair. She's got black makeup seen underneath her eyes there. It's pretty good for the most part. The eye makeup's a little crooked on the right over here, but it's not so bad. It's actually a really nice face sculpt. And I gotta say, even though this is a very different look for Adora with the short hair and the makeup lines on the face, the Horseman did a pretty good job of keeping her likeness very similar to the already released Adora and She-Ra in this line. So it does look like the same character. So I gotta give them major props for that. That is really cool. Alright, let's talk about those weapons. We'll go ahead and start with the two swords that I already showed you that were sheathed on her back. They're really nice. They got the silver blade, black handle, and the bat is painted red on both of the ends of the swords here. But this is one thing about this figure that I'm not really fond of. The hands are way too open. Look at this. She cannot grip the sword at all with her right hand. It is so loose. You really have to find a way to kind of get it sat in there. You might be able to kind of, I guess, mess with this a little bit, maybe kind of bend it. I don't know. She came out of the box like this, though, with just very loose hands, and you really can't get her to hold onto the sword. The left hand is even stranger. I mean, it's just molded weird. Look at that. It's really strange. Just kind of wide open, much too open for the swords. Now, you can kind of get this one pressed in under her fingers, and she holds it a little bit better with the left hand, but the right hand is really open, and she doesn't get a very good grip with either of them. So I can kind of get them set in her hand so I can get some different poses, but I'm really bummed out that she doesn't have a much tighter grip on those swords. She should really be grasping onto them harder. The other accessory that she comes with is a staff. It's really cool. It's got this black look. It's a flat black on the handle, but it's got this nice metallic silver on the blades at top and a little red kind of medallion piece up here at the tip top. And she does hold on to this a lot better. I guess maybe that's why her hands are molded wider so they can hold on to the handle of the staff. But I just really wish she could hold on to those swords a little bit better. But still, she does look pretty cool standing there with the staff. Very fearsome, very ferocious looking. Just a really cool, very different look for Force Captain Adora. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at Despara, the very evil Adora from the new DC Comics. She's a really cool looking figure overall. I like the appearance here. I think it's a great sculpt. The paint's pretty nice. I love the interchangeable heads, especially that helmeted head. And it really makes for something very different and new to add to our Masters of the Universe Classic shelves. I only wish that the hands were molded a little bit better so she can actually hold on to her accessories. That's the biggest downfall this particular figure has. But otherwise, she's a pretty neat addition to this lineup. Now, Despara was the subscription exclusive figure, so if you subscribe to the Collector's Choice line, you received this figure in July. Otherwise, you're going to have to do some hunting for it, so happy hunting, my friends! Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, why not hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss out on one of my reviews. Until next time, my friends.